Hey everybody, I'm Sandra Nelson, founder of Aquatasy. We all know, or at least I hope we do, that on a regular basis we need to test our tank's water to make sure that the parameters are right for the type of fish we're trying to keep. As fish hobbyists, we rely heavily upon the accuracy of these tests. But are all tests worthy of our full trust? And is there anything that we might actually be doing that undermines our success with our own tanks? Well, that's what I want to discuss in this video, plus a big confession on my part. And that's why I'm calling this video, This is Only a Test. Or is it?
Like a home pregnancy test kit sold at the dollar store, yes, I've actually seen them for sale there, water quality test strips are not the most reliable source for accurate information regarding something so important. If you keep fish, you most likely know that you need to test your water to make sure the conditions are right for the type of fish you are stocking your tank with. You'll often find 5-in-1 aquarium water test strips for sale in stores. They're meant to help hobbyists check water parameters, including pH, per hydrogen, the measure of balance between hydrogen and hydroxide ions in the water. In a nutshell, if your pH is low, your water will be acidic, and if your pH is high, you'll have alkaline water. A balanced level of hydrogen and hydroxide ions gives you a neutral pH. NO2, or nitrite. This is the amount of nitrite in the water, which is the byproduct of nitrifying bacteria breaking down ammonia. NO3, or nitrate. That would be the level of nitrate in your tank's water, which is a nitrogen byproduct of the nitrifying bacteria further breaking down the nitrite that had previously been ammonia. KH, or carbonate hardness, the measurement of the water's buffering ability, or to put it another way, the water's ability to absorb and neutralize acid. And lastly, GH, or general hardness. That's the measurement of magnesium and calcium ions in the water. This particular parameter is what is being referred to when people talk about soft or hard water. GH is also the reason I'm making this video.
My apologies for the science lesson. To be honest, I'm not really a technical kind of guy by nature. I only mentioned all of this to illustrate how important water science is in keeping your fish healthy.
It's not very difficult to maintain good water conditions. I mean, trust me, I'm no scientist. Even when your own local water supply isn't exactly ideal. Most of the water testing kits available are straightforward and easy to use. Unless they lie to you. Yes, my friends, some water test kits lie. By that, I mean not all test kits are created equal, and some can flat out give you results that are completely wrong. If the only things available to you at your local stores are water test strips, then they can at least give you a fairly good idea of your tank's pH level. However, many test strips give a poor indication of what the GH and KH are. Even supposedly smart guys like me can do dumb things once in a while. About a year ago, one of those major chain pet stores near my home was closing and moving to another location. In the final weeks before the move, they had practically everything in the store, at least what was left, marked down by 50 to 80%. I saw that they had some of the 5-in-1 test strips selling for super cheap, so I bought them. I didn't have a full water test kit at the time, and I figured the strips would do in a pinch.
And then I got lazy.
I liked the idea of swishing a test strip around in the tank water and getting a reading. It was quick, it was easy, and I became complacent. When I ran out of test strips, I bought more, even though I knew I should really get a proper test kit again. After I bought the second package of test strips, I noticed that my GH level was suddenly testing higher. I wondered to myself, I must be stirring up something in the substrate with that new siphon vacuum I bought. Maybe it's just old tank syndrome. I guess I simply need to do more water changes. And so I stepped up my water changes to twice a week. Not much difference. Then, one by one, my auto-sinkless catfish died. "Oh no!" I bemoaned. "It must be the water hardness that killed them. I'd better do more water changes." I began to do daily water changes in a frantic attempt not to lose any more fish. And guess what? The GH readings barely budged. "It must be our water supply," I declared. Feeling remorse over the death of the Ottos and praying to God it wasn't my fault, I was looking for somewhere to shift the blame. But there was still the mystery of why the GH shot up in the first place. Anyone who knows me will tell you that I cannot stand unsolved mysteries. I become absolutely antsy and obsessed like a veritable Sherlock Holmes when a mystery persists. I finally set my emotions aside and looked purely at the evidence. First of all, nothing had changed in the tank. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Second, we are blessed to have an almost ideal water supply for keeping the type of freshwater tropical fish that I have. pH of 6.5 and very soft. Third, the rest of the fish in the tank, all tetras, were as happy and healthy as can be. And fourth, there was plenty of food for the Ottos in the form of algae and prepared foods, so they didn't starve to death. Adults have the tendency to think that they're brilliant and intelligent. And because of this attitude, adults often overcomplicate a situation. This is why a magician will tell you that adults make the best audiences for magic shows, since they overthink and overanalyze an illusion when attempting to figure out how it was done. Children are utterly uncomplicated in their thinking, and therefore will spot it every time the vanished object goes up the magician's sleeve. I, being the brilliant and intelligent fellow that I am, totally missed the obvious, that maybe the test strips were wrong. Taking a sample of my tank water to my absolutely wonderful local fish store, the owner quickly confirmed that there was nothing wrong with the GH level in my tank. Ah, but what about the dead Ottos then? He explained that since 99.9% of the Ottocinquus catfish sold in the United States are wild caught and imported, my trio may have died due to some weakness or parasite that came with them. Ottocinquus are delicate little critters. Combine that with being captured, bagged, boxed, shipped, unboxed, put through quarantine, moved out of a quarantine tank into a display tank for sale, caught again, bagged again, and finally put in your tank, and you have a rough journey for a sensitive fish. So, long story short? Yeah, I know, too late for that, huh? Don't give your full trust to test strips. Get yourself a proper water test kit. They cost more, but the investment is well worth it. Then you'll know for certain what your water conditions truly are, and if they're right for your fish. If such a kit is not sold locally, get one online. Or at the very least, have your dedicated local fish store test your water for you. Some stores will charge you a minuscule fee for the service, and some will do it for free. When it comes to something this important, don't cheap out. The moral of the story is, don't trust something as important as water parameter testing to a simple swish test. Get a proper water test kit. And don't be wise in your own eyes. It'll only cause you to overlook the obvious and lead to a lot of frustration and wasted time.
Okay, if you've ever had false readings with test strips or any other kind of test kit, I'd love to hear about it. Or if you've done some kind of boneheaded thing like I did, let us know. We all get better at this hobby if we share our ups and our downs. So please leave a comment below and let us know about it. If you like what you're seeing on this channel, I really hope you'll subscribe. If you'd like to find out a little bit more about me as an actor and performer and visual effects artist and animator and all the other weird things that I do, you can go to my other channel, which is C. Andrew Nelson, or you can go to candrewnelson.com. Or, if you'd like to find out a little bit more about the business of visual effects and animation, which I know a little bit about, you can go to my other channel, which is Teaching Spot, or you can go to teachingspot.com. Thank you again so much for watching this. Remember, new videos every Thursday here on Aquatasy. And until next time, blessings to you.
The dirty water is discarded and fresh water that has been aged for a week is added to refill the tank.